Elvedin was 10 years old when a sniper shot him here. Since October 1992, he has lived with the same question: who fired at him and at hundreds of other children during the siege of Sarajevo?
All the children ran away, scattered, but I was hit, unfortunately. It lasted maybe around 20 minutes. He saw that I had been shot and kept trying to finish me off, to kill me deliberately. You can see it. Look up there, that's where it came from.
A neighbor and witness put him in a car.
I turned around and saw the child in the back seat, lying there covered in blood, torn open. Blood was everywhere on the seat. I stepped on the gas and drove full speed towards the hospital. The child was moaning, conscious. I don't know exactly how old he was, around 10. The rear windshield shattered and I was hit.
From this rock, Bosnian Serb army snipers terrorized civilians. None have been prosecuted. During the 4-year siege of the Bosnian capital, more than 1,600 children were killed. International court verdicts and data from victims' groups show that 1 in 10 deaths was caused by sniper fire.
Volio bi da ga vidim samo I volio bi samo eto da sa njim da popijem kafu, da mu kažem svaka mu čast u životu. Kad je uspio da pogodi dijete od 3 godine.
Sniper killings during the Bosnian War drew global attention again in early November, when Italian media reported that the Milan prosecutor had launched an investigation into weekend snipers. It followed a legal complaint by writer and journalist Ezio Gavazzeni, alleging that foreigners paid large sums to shoot civilians in the besieged city, mostly for fun. Gavazzeni declined to speak to RFERL about the investigation. A retired Bosnian army officer, Edin Subašić, says reports about a safari hunting people first emerged after the arrest of a volunteer from Serbia on the Sarajevo front line in 1993. Foreigners paid to shoot, unlike mercenaries, who were paid to shoot, he says.
This was a new phenomenon. Because they were from Italy, we informed the Italian intelligence services that were part of UNPROFOR in Sarajevo. We gave them the information and requested an investigation. Very quickly, around 1994, we received a response that the location in Italy where this was being organized had been identified, and that an intervention by Italian authorities had stopped it.
Italian intelligence agencies, the Milan prosecutor's office and the Italian embassy in Sarajevo did not respond to RFERL inquiries about why the alleged organizers and participants were not investigated and prosecuted at the time. According to Gavazzeni's reports, these tourist snipers would meet in Trieste and travel to the hills above Sarajevo via Belgrade. Trieste Airport says it no longer has flight records from the 90s, as data is only kept for 2 years. The term safari, describing foreigners who shot civilians for sport, popped up again in 2003 during testimony at the Hague Tribunal by protected witness C-017 in the war crimes trial of Serbian President Slobodan Milošević. The director of the Institute for Genocide Research in Canada claims Canadians traveled to the war zone over the weekends in question and that authorities are preparing to investigate.
Glavni tužilac Kanade će zadužiti u tužilaštvu Kanade određeni broj ljudi da izvrši istražne pripremne radnje po tom pitanju. Konsultovat će se različiti izvori, to je ustaljena praksa u Kanadi i na bazi toga će onda doći ili do podizanja optužnice ili neće doći.
German journalist Peter Kallman remembers weekend warriors who spoke German and were originally from the Balkans.
They would come down in groups right after work on a Friday night. The bus would take them through the night down to Sarajevo. They would spend 2 days on the front line and then go back at night and be back again in time for their first shift on a Monday. So they were what was commonly known as weekend Chetniks. And yes, they had weapons and they could shoot and they were willing to shoot. They asked us whether they should shoot somebody for us so I could take a good picture.
RFERL contacted several foreign journalists who had access to the hills above Sarajevo during the war, but none could confirm seeing foreigners who had paid to shoot civilians. John Jordan, an American firefighter testifying in The Hague in 2007, said he saw foreign safari killers at Serb positions above Sarajevo and heard that children and beautiful women were most sought-after trophies. Although he never saw any of them shoot, he observed how they were escorted around known sniper positions.
It was clearly obvious that the person being led by men who were familiar with the ground was completely unfamiliar with the ground, and his manner of dress and the weapons they carried led me to believe they were tourist shooters.
Florence Hartmann, a former spokesperson for the Hague Tribunal, told RFERL that they knew about this, but not how it was organized.
We have to follow up to see if it's coming to some point, because it has to be investigated. The route, who organized that?
Decades later, as the Bosnian War returns to the spotlight, Elvedin still tries to imagine the face he never saw.
I come here just to see it, to feel what he might have felt at that moment. I wish I could see him here. I would ask him what he was thinking when he shot at me. And I don't know whether he is sorry or glad that I survived.
The Milan prosecutor's office is expected to present its investigation results in March 2026. If charges are filed, it would be the first criminal case dealing with sniper killings of Sarajevo civilians.